from Crafty Kendra, and today I'm going to show you how to make this fun Easter themed scrapbook page. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is bring in a 6" by 1 1/4 inch piece of wild wasabi and our paper crimper. We're just going to slide the piece of wild wasabi in here until our teeth catch it. Squeeze the handle tight, turn the crank. I'm going to do that just a couple times. Okay, and then what you're going to get is you're going to get a crimp to your paper. You're going to bring in a pair of scissors. And you're just going to come through and cut strips in there, leaving about 1/4 inch at the bottom uncut. And it doesn't matter if some are thin, some are thick, skinny, fat. Just going to go through and create a faux grass. Okay. Just finishing up that cutting real quick. Okay, when we're done with that, we're just going to take this and set it aside. And what we're going to do next is bring in 2 Daffodil Delight ovals, and this is the 2" by 1 3/4 inch oval. And we're going to take the Ornate Blossom stamp along with our Daffodil Delight ink. And we're going to ink up the stamp, and then we're just going to stamp it onto one of the eggs. Well, this will be an egg. Okay? And it doesn't have to be completely covered. We just want a little bit of a design on there. The next thing we're going to do is bring in a Bashful Blue oval. It's the same size. And our Pacific Point ink. We're going to ink up the ... stamp. We're just going to stamp it. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is bring in our Pacific Point sponge dauber and sponge the edges of this blue oval. Okay. Then we're going to take our Daffodil Delight egg that we stamped, and we're going to put it in, and we're going to put it in the opposite direction of the punch that we would normally punch it out. So whenever you slide it in, it looks like this. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to bring your egg down so you have about 1/4 inch gap from the end of your egg to the end of the punch. And you're just going to punch it, let the pieces fall, and then what you're going to do is you're going to do the same thing to your unstamped egg. Okay? Then do that. Now you're going to bring in your Daffodil Delight ink, and you're going to sponge the edges of the egg that you stamped. And it's a very subtle detail, but it does give your egg a little bit of dimension. Okay, here's where some people get lost. So we have our stamped egg that we've sponged, and then we have the egg that we split in half but we didn't stamp on. What you're going to do is the piece that has the crescent shape in, you're going to take it and you're just going to throw it away. The part that has the crescent coming out, you're going to take it and you're going to sponge that top crescent there, and eventually it's going to connect to this bottom part that we stamped to create a 3D effect for our egg, okay? But before we can do that, we're going to take a scrap piece of crumb cake cardstock and our chocolate chip ink and the So Much Chocolate, So Little Time stamp from the Eat Chocolate stamp set, which is in the Occasions Mini. Okay, we're going to go ahead and stamp that onto our scrap piece of crumb cake cardstock. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to cut out this candy bar. Okay. And after we cut out that candy bar, we're going to take the part of the egg that we stamped that has the crescent going down, flip it over and apply a little strip of snail, and then place our chocolate bar how we want it coming out of our egg. Flip it back over, add some more snail to the back, and then attach the back of our now cracked open egg. Okay, now we're just going to set those aside. Next thing I'm going to do is bring in my scrapbooking page. And my scrapbooking page is a 6" by 6" piece of Pretty in Pink. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the same So Much Chocolate, So Little Time stamp, and we're going to ink it up in our chocolate chip ink. And we're going to stamp it towards the right side of our page. And what you're going to want to do is take a scrap piece of paper and mark about, 1.5 inches, 2 inches. And it's easy if you tape the 2 ends down from the top and the bottom. And then just take that stamp and stamp repetitively all across this. And I've actually gone ahead and already done that, and that's what it looks like. And because you put down that paper, it's going to give you a pretty smooth edge for your stamping to end. And then what you're going to do is bring in a Whisper White piece of cardstock that has been punched using our dotted scallop ribbon punch. And what we're going to do is take our crumb cake ink with our sponge dauber. Because this white is really, really bright, we're just going to come through and glide our sponge dauber over this piece of white just to mellow it out just a little bit. Okay? And then what we're going to do is use our 2-way glue pen, and we're just going to put some glue on here. And the reason we're using a glue pen is because since there's holes in this ribbon, if we use the snail adhesive, it could collect dust and other things, and we don't want that. And we're just going to place it down so it really cleans up that seam there. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to bring back in that piece of wild wasabi that we cut up to look like grass. And we're going to run a strip of snail along that 1/4 inch bottom that we did not cut. And it's also best to start from the side that you didn't cut and head out towards the ends that you did cut, just on the end, and I mean both ends. And that's going to keep these ends from getting ripped off while they're in your scrapbook. So you can just butt that up against the bottom of your page. Okay, looks like I need a little bit more glue there. I didn't get it on quite good enough. Okay, now what you're going to do is we're going to bring in our photo mat, and our photo mat measures 3 inches by 4 inches, and it's chocolate chip. I'm going to just add some snail to the back of that. And it is going to go up here in the top right hand corner. Going to put some snail onto the back of our cracked egg. And just weave it in a couple of these blades of grass. Then I'm going to put some snail on the back of the top of the cracked egg and weave it in over here. Now I'm going to take the fine point of my Pacific Point Stampin' Up marker, and I'm just going to draw kind of a curved line on my egg here, so that way it looks like it has the possibility of cracking open. Add snail to the back of it. And I just ran out of snail, so I'm going to put some two-way glue on here. And I'm just going to slide it in on, there's some of this grass over here, and press it down. And that finishes off our scrapbook page, guys. I hope it gives you an idea of what to do for your Easter memories, and that's all I have for you. Thanks.